Would you rather give up taste of food or the feeling of sex for 2 years? I don't know if I could go without the feeling of sex for 2 years. Does that count masturbation? Girl, read my damn mind. Go without masturbation. I mean, no, I can't. Let's be real.
No.
If
it counts masturbation, then absolutely not.
So let's raise the stakes a little bit.
Okay.
How much money would it take? $15,000 tax-free. Cash.
Ooh.
I'm talking Benjamins.
You're talking Benjamins?
Benjamin.
No. How do you know if I'm...
What is that? That's just like a year of rent and groceries. Who cares?
ASMR is this tingly feeling that some people get up their necks and scalps. So a lot of people call it brain orgasm. Is it sexual?
It is not sexual. Nothing is happening below the waist.
Is it better than masturbation?
Nope.
But then I was very sexually active, even alone. Like my first orgasm, I was 5, and I was having full body, multiple orgasms that to me were so innocent.
But I'm honestly when I masturbate, I'm an absolutely never any penetration. I cannot have an orgasm if it's somehow blended with penetration.
When I first started having sex, I only faked it because I didn't know. I only knew how to come by myself. Is that your first orgasm period?
No.
So you already done learned.
Yeah, it did done learn.
I didn't done learn. I didn't know about masturbation until I was 23.
Oh my God.
For me, I think I just carry it home until I'm at the place where I can
put it in the spank bank and we save it for later.
If you just kind of keep it in the back of your head a little bit.
Yeah, then you're I'll bring this up again at a more relevant time.
The spank bank is what you masturbate to.
Oh,
it's
you can think of
you keep in your head.
You think of that.
Metaphorically, it feels like an itch you have to scratch.
It used to be a lot more, and then I started birth control, and I was like, oh, I don't do that thing as much as I used to. And I'm like, oh, it's kind of sad.
With myself? Well, I think it was pretty easy. Most of the time when I want to masturbate, it's like scratching an itch. It's not really no.
Okay, well, I've done that before too, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Masturbated and cried? You serious? It's fucking
I'm
weird.
an emotional being, okay?
Really? It's so weird.
I can't do toys. It just feels so unnatural. I am partial to clitoral stimulation, I guess. That's what I do. If I have to masturbate, I just rub one out.
I do have a vibrator. I don't always use it. It's not so necessary for me to have one. Simple clitoral stimulation works pretty well by hand. I don't really need them.
I'm not really much of a vibrator girl. I bring it out once in a blue moon. And this was just a medium-sized green gel penis that had a cord that vibrated. And I was so excited. I mean, I had never masturbated with anything, like this in my life. On the wall, and it was my mom.
We're talking about our 10 favorite places to masturbate. You're in the lake, and depending on the lake you're in, people may or may not be able to see what's going on. Just kind of keep it under the floaty. That's a fun one. Okay, now it's your turn. Leave a comment and tell us the best place you've ever masturbated.
Today I wanted to talk to you about one of my favoriteest things in the entire world. Something that has been so instrumental in allowing me to heal and transform my sexuality. Something so important I wish I could dedicate a public holiday to if I could. Self-pleasure. Or if you want to get all technical and clinical, masturbation.
Masturbation, I really feel brought in so much shame and guilt and condemnation. I believed in God, but then at the same time, I would get these overwhelming urges and I would fall right back into the same pattern. The enemy would really try and use that as a major lie to keep me stuck in that habitual sin of masturbation. When I would fall short and I would masturbate, I would be like, God, why did I do that? Please forgive me.
Being loved almost. I was loving myself. You have such a tear between God's love for you as well as this whole instant gratification.
Hey guys, so what is it with the religious and their opposition to masturbation? It is a good and healthy behavior. Feels awesome. You did some experiments on yourself. You know what I mean? I did a little bit of experimenting on my own. I guess my man voice isn't very good because it just cracked trying to go that low and say that line, but hey, maybe if I masturbate more, my voice will get a little higher. I don't know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Hello. Self-pleasure is fun. And May is Masturbation Month, so I wanted to talk to you about masturbation as a meditation practice. Now, I used to have a shameful relationship around self-pleasuring, and then as I grew up, I started to, do it more as a way to release stress. Let go of all of those stressful and judgmental thoughts that you might have about your body or around self-pleasuring.
Petting the kitty. I like that.
They're
Something
so
you
lame
can say.
for what I do. I mean, it just doesn't. It's not.
What the hell do you do?
I just jerk the fuck off. Is
Wow.
What I do. I mean,
Jerk the fuck off.
I actually figured it out by looking at a Mad magazine where there was a girl that was tied up in it, and I was like, oh.
Really?
A girl? I'm not of this ilk. I'm an actor, and sometimes you can see me on like Person of Interest.
Find her Star Trek card on
My
eBay.
Star Trek card is on eBay.
Do you touch yourself sexually? Who doesn't? How many times do you masturbate a week? Probably. It can vary. That's true.
Hi. Welcome. Where I am, which is to me the best time to capture this time of day that I love, twilight. Sometimes direct stimulation to clitoris or any of the area can be a bit too much. If so, just go to other areas. I've actually orgasmed here. I'm in a private area in what I call one session where I haven't stopped stimulating myself. I've had upwards of 30, 35 orgasms within an hour. Yeah, it can be hard to stop once you breathe through the first orgasm and relax and then say stimulate other areas or just not focus on your clitoris. That's generally when I'm stimulating myself, where I'm getting, the most pleasure.
Welcome, we're the Alternative Clinic. What comforts me during my period? Ben & Jerry's fish food.
Ice cream.
I like
And
hot
masturbation.
things rather than cold things. Who doesn't love talking about masturbation? I happen to love it. You're a big fan. Yes. Me too, that's great. So I think one of the myths is that girls don't masturbate, but no. Lies. All lies. Like, it's not a dirty thing, it's not gross, everybody does it.
It's actually awesome.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of different ways to make masturbation more fun. You can read things, which is my personal favorite.
Intellectuals read while masturbating.
It's proven. Sometimes it's more fun to do it by yourself.
Like,
Yeah,
you can masturbate when you have a problem. Also, like, there's like I have a million reasons. Like,
well,
all right. So what are we gonna talk about next?
So let's talk about
Technique.
I used to be Mormon. The Mormon church is strictly anti-masturbation, which absolutely did not stop me from doing it. It just made me feel really bad when I did. In my early teens, I was overcome with shame and guilt and anger at myself. Masturbation shame, by the way, is heavily gendered. The studies have shown that women tend to feel more stigma and shame about self-pleasure. Now for me, overcoming that shame was huge. It was enlightening. It was empowering.